Bushcraft here with another video. Welcome. Hope everybody's having a good day. About to be another rainy work day, so that's always fun. At least they give us raincoats, but they're very annoying. Trying to work in a raincoat. And unfortunately, they gave me a large, which probably been better for extra large. Even though extra large is really big on me, but my shoulders, whenever I, cross my shoulders, it's tight, very tight. So it's a pain. But wanted to talk a little bit about how things are nowadays. Whenever somebody wants some food or whatnot, they either, depending who it is, they call up DoorDash or they have groceries delivered. I mean, I do the same thing. I have groceries delivered when I don't want to go way out to Walmart or something. And there's just a few things that I know that it's easy for them to get, and I don't like, mainly non-food items, because I like to pick my own food. I'll have it delivered. But one of the things is, like, I told stories about my grandpa. We would only go to a little market maybe once or twice a year. I mean, when I was there, that was an exciting time to go to the market or something. Or we would travel to one of the bigger areas and get stuff. Turn my lights on. But nowadays, it's like people go a lot. Just Roll King alone. We're not. It's not a grocery store or anything. They have a little bit of food stuff in there, and they have snacks and things like that. But you would be surprised of the people who go in there daily. Sometimes they buy something, sometimes they don't. But you would be surprised of the people who go into those. And it's just the same thing with the grocery store. You would be surprised. Now, I've talked about this before, is, what if you couldn't go to the grocery store for a month? What are some of the items that you use in that you get to the grocery store that you have to go all the time to get? Now, I know there's a lot of homesteaders out there that watch my channel that they could go a very long period of time without going to the grocery store and they wouldn't miss anything. A lot of people say, well, I need milk and eggs and butter and things like that. Well, how could you remedy those things? How could you remedy not going to the store to get those things? I don't know which way this person's turning. Are you going this way or that way? No clue. So my question is, say butter. How could you remedy not going to the store to get butter? Well, you can can it. Another thing is the ghee. It's just as good as butter. Some recipes are not the same, and you know, spreading it on toast or whatnot may not be the same. But now, say you wanted to get milk. Maybe you don't drink milk all the time, but you need it for baking or something like that. Well, again, you can can milk. And I'm not saying it tastes as good as it comes from the cow, but a lot of stuff you get in the store has a bunch of stuff in it that didn't come from the cow. Do you think when you go to the store and get whole milk that it's whole milk? No, I forget what the percentage is, but it's nowhere near 100% milk. 100% milk that comes straight from the cow, if you let it sit in your fridge, the cream rises and you have to scoop the cream off to get to the milk. Well, that cream is what we make, you know, cheese and butter and all kinds of stuff. So it would make sense to can that milk. You know, if you can get, even if you can go to the store and buy milk off the shelf or out of the refrigerator part, bring it home and can it. Now it's not, you know, ball approved or anything like that, but well, they didn't move the skids out. Well, I guess I gotta do that. So again, when I asked you this question about things that you usually go to the store for that you don't buy like once a month or something like that, or you buy like once a month and it usually does you or something like that, stuff like that. Here, let's go over here today. Let me turn everything off here. Get ready for work. What time is it? Oh, we got plenty of time. But like I said, I would like you to make a list and try to remove that stuff by making it shelf stable. It could be just, you know, the Thrive Life stuff, you know, the freeze dried, dehydrated, or whatever stuff. It could be something like that. Just powdered milk. I'm not saying you have to can milk. That's your preference. You may not even like the flavor of it, but it's still good to bake with and cook with and stuff like that. But you could use powdered milk for that, all that matter. What I'm trying to get to is challenging people to think outside the box to where they don't have to visit that store all the time. And I'm not saying you don't have to go to the store and buy milk and eggs and cheese and all that stuff. It's the same thing with eggs. You can can eggs. You can whatever they I forget what they call it. They put it in there and they put stuff in there to where the egg lasts a long time. Not the hard-boiled ones, but I forget the name for it. But anyways, you can store eggs that way. They can, you know, there was somebody that found an egg in tombs of the pyramids and stuff. 1,000 years old, and it said it was, I don't know if they ate it, but oldest egg They cracked it open. It was didn't look very good, but maybe could have been eaten. You never know. But that's my point right there, is thinking outside the box, or thinking of a new way, however you want to spin it. Thinking of a new way to do it, in case the store disappears, and I've said it before, and it's still this way. Grocery stores have 3 days stock. If you cut off all the trucks, the stuff in that store will only last 3 days. That's not a lot to, if you're dependent on that store to feed your family, that's scary. You got 3 days of food, 3 days of water. It's time to think of ways to, extend that longer. I'm gonna let you go. Like always, God bless.